All right, so here we have our level 6 base, which is almost completing. We maxed out all the walls. I maxed out all the defenses. We have 2 days left on our town hall, and you'll notice up here in the right-hand corner, um, up here, we have a million resources in gold and 440,000 elixir. You do not want to keep this much stuff in your stores if you can prevent it. I have it here for a couple reasons. Number one, I want to test. I want people to attack this base. I want to see how good they do against it. And number two, I know I can make the resources back. I have a really difficult time. People don't like to attack this base. I wonder why. Well, it's probably because it's really intimidating and difficult to deal with. The only people that are successful at attacking the bases that I typically run are people that are a couple levels, town hall levels above me, and more than double my current level, and we might review some of those in a bit, but I just wanted to give a little overview of this base, and we're going to go into the clan chat here. Earlier, our clanmate Senek um, asked if he was finally running up against a wall and asked if I'd review some of his attacks and see if there was anything that I could suggest that he do different that would help him out. And it's a common problem. Senek's very new to the game, and people are new to the game. It takes a while to get used to the dynamics, to understand exactly how to deploy the troops and what they do and what their purposes are. So we're going to go a little bit over that using this tag as an example. We're going to talk what he did right. We're going to talk about what he could have done different. And away we go. So here we are. All right, first you'll see he's going to start his attack here in the corner. He leads with the Barbarian, which is really good distraction for the wall breaker that he did, but the wall breaker did not totally break through. There he drops another Barbarian. Wall breaker's free to break the wall. He then comes in with the Giants en masse, but then he also does some wall breakers up here on the other side and does some Giants there, which unfortunately were distracted by this tower over here. Giants will go for the nearest defense that they see. The other thing is he has got a bunch of archers over here on the side helping to take out the gun, which is really, really good. He did a really great job of supporting his giants and helping them take out some of these items. Unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage from the mortar over here, and it's taking a while for the giants to get over here. We'll talk a little bit about that, because that's the first defense you want to take out, because if you don't take out the mortar, and it has the ability to do area effect damage and basically wipe out whole swaths of troops. So his giants are continuing on. These ones up here, they lost to the pretty high level archer tower. Obviously didn't have any, he did not have any clan troops. That's something that you can drop a barbarian on and kind of check really quick. You just drop a barbarian up over here, maybe just a little bit away from his clan castle, and it'll draw the troops out. It'll let you know if there's any troops in there, which then you can, adjust your technique. So what he's got is he's got one archer left over here and 3 giants, which are pretty much going through the defenses pretty efficiently. Problem is he doesn't have any troops left. Now, what could he have done differently? The mortar was here in between these two gold storages, and had he brought all the, what I would have done is I would have brought the giants up over here by these 2 tombstones on the north side of the base. So I brought a couple wall breakers in there, brought them in there. At that place, it would have been a pretty even split between the archer tower on the top or the mortar. They would have probably gone straight for the mortar if you brought them in a little bit to the left, or to the right by this perspective of those tombstones, and then they would have gone over to this archer tower second, which you could have dropped in archers behind the archer tower to help him. He did a good job of doing that, and it would have burned it down, and then all the area effect would have been gone. He could have deployed archers all over the place. Another thing that you can do is spread your archers out. If you can't take the mortar down, spread your archers out over the map, kind of like here. You see me a little bit dotting on the right, a little bit on the bottom, and that's really important as well. But splitting the giants up, probably not a good idea. Can't recall a single attacker that I've ever done that on. There are instances where you would need to do that, but in this case, should have come in from the top side with 1 or 2 wall breakers and let the giants straight into the mortar. Once the mortar was down, he could have deployed the rest of the bulk of his troops. He has 5 barbarians here, 5 wall breakers, 6 giants, and 23 archers. It's not a bad mix of units. The balance needs to be adjusted a little bit. 5 wall breakers, probably a little bit too high for this level. Maybe go with 2 or 3. 6 giants, is clear that the giants, even just the 3 that were down in the main base, took out all the defenses. So you could actually go down to maybe 3 or 4 on that. 5 would be a good high number at this level. And then what you want to do is with those troop reductions, you balance the loadout. And I typically run at these levels double the number of archers as I do as barbarians. So if he added maybe 10 more barbarians with the refund that he got from eliminating a few of the giants and a few of the wall breakers, that would have brought that to 15, and then he could have bumped his archers up to 30. So if he had 30 archers, 15 barbarians, and what would that make? 4 giants and 3 wall breakers. I think that would have been the perfect setup for the type of engagements that he's doing here. So with that, again, as you saw towards the end, in fact, I'll run through it really fast again. Towards the end, basically, he had giants left, but he didn't have any troops to take down the resources. And so he ended up, you see all the archers were deployed in mass together while the mortar was still active. The mortar just wiped them out bad. So in the end, he's got 2 archers here, and they're flanking away at stuff in the corners here. But he was not able to get the resources in all these little, like these gold storage, this mines here, the elixir collectors here, the storage is here. And either of the gold storages, in fact, was able to really penetrate well. There's 34 seconds left, time runs out, and here we go, and we're left with expending quite a few troops. Not able to get enough resources, which he had 42 gold and 750 elixir. Nor did we have enough to 1-star their base, which means we lost trophies as well. When actually with that rebalancing and maybe some adjustments to tactics, no problem taking this base out. You'll definitely be able to do that again. And thank you. We'll probably split this into several events. I'm currently downloading Star Citizen, and that's going to take a little while because I'm planning on doing some Star Citizen streaming tonight, as well as post some of these examples and reviews from